Apostle T.F. Chiwenga, in case you've been wondering, kuti information yavanotaura mafiles avanovhura vanomawanepi kana kuti vanomatorepi. Nhasi on this video ramakuzopa muona izvozvi vachange vachizvitaurira vega kuti kumashure uku vaimbozvifambisa sei. Today we are going to discover together kuti Apostle T.F. Chiwenga was once a Paul of Damascus. Makadi amane shamwari ndinokuchingamidzai pano pasekuru good picture. Chinhu chekutanga kuri kutenda. Tototenda kuti aiwa ndinotenda zvikuru muri kusubscribe, muri kutitsigira. Chichemo changu chekuti mundisimudze ose zvamakaita nyati. Aiwa muri kuchinzwa uye makachinzwa. Ndiri kuona masubscribers ari kuwanda. Ndinongokurudzirawo kuti please like aiwa mavideos angu kuti akwanise kuenda kure kana kuti kusvika kure. Vanokwanisa kushare mosharewo. Zvichiri zvakawanda zvasati akugona. Ticharamba tichigadzirisa. Ndiri kuona comment section muri kutaura zvamusiri kufara nazvo, saka I am working on that because I always read all the comments. So anyway, today panapa tine nyaya yaApostle T.F. Chiwenga avo vachanga vachitaura kuti kumashure uko vaimbobata mabasa akaita sei. Ipapo ndo patichabva taona kuti Apostle T.F. Chiwenga vane mabato kana kuti mibato yavaimboita kumashure uko isina kururama, isina kunaka, asi zviri kuratidza sekunge vakazorependa uye vakazosarudza nzira yavanoda kufamba iyo ivo pachezvavo, inoita kuti vazonowana ushe hwekudenga. Handizozivawo zvangu zvakawanda ipapo kuti Mwari achavaregerera here kana kuti akatovaregerera kare. But in this video Apostle T.F. Chiwenga vachaburitsa kuti vaimbove ani vasati vatanga kumira pamberi pepulpit, uye chakatanga chii kumira pamberi pepulpit kana kuti kupenyerwa saSauro wekuDamascus. Anyway, let's watch this video together guys. Ipapapa ndo pamuchaona kuti Apostle T.F. Chiwenga vakambenge vari munhu akaita sei chaizvo chaizvo.
In 2009, go and Google this. It's not a fiction, it's not a creation. In 2009, 3 years after I left high school in 2006. 2009, that is 3 years. 2005, that's when I wrote my A levels. So 2006, 7, 8, 9, 4 years. 2009, 4 years after I left high school, there was a case that happened. As usual, our government uses state power for a party agenda and not for state functions. And so when you work for the state and you have a conscience, there are times when you ask yourself, what I've been asked to do, is it for the nation, or it's for the government, it's for the president, or it's for the minister, or it's for my boss? Some of the
So now zvabuda pachena kuti Apostle T.F. Chiwenga was working in the Central Intelligence Department. Vachitoita mabasa avaita. Now hatichangozive zvedu kuti akanga akarurama here kana kuti akanga akadini, but admita vega and vakonfesa kuti vakambenge vari mumwe avo vana Sauro weDamascus. I think this is where the energy and the power truthfulness comes from, because somebody akambenge akabata zvakarema akazozvigadzika pasi anonzwa kurerukirwa and anoita zvinhu zvaanoita ari jovial nemoyo unoda.
Things you are asked to do are harmful things, I'm telling you. In 2009, I was in Bulawayo. I was deployed in Bulawayo. There was an operation I was doing in Bulawayo for a couple of days. Learning to speak is very, very trouble sometimes. I remember that. So, in 2009, there was a case. Go and Google it. It's Pascal Gwezere and many others. These guys were tortured by the state, in particular by the CIO. tortured because they were alleged that they had stolen AK-47 rifles from Pomona Army Barracks, and that they were trained by Mr. Chiwenga in Uganda or Ghana to come back to Zimbabwe and become bandits. If you are an adult, you must have met with this story, watched it on TV, read newspapers about it. Because these guys were, many of them, they were held at Harare Central Remand Prison. I remember that case. If you want to know what ZANU-PF is good at, go and interview the people who were tortured by ZANU-PF. That's how much you realize that there's nothing good that ZANU-PF can do except causing pain to the people. They can buy brand new bulldozers to destroy homes. They won't be able to buy a crane to rescue citizens that are suffocating and suffering. Their minibus is under a heavy haulage truck and people are trapped in there. The government cannot do that. But remember, my consciousness for what is right and what is wrong, black consciousness, Pan-Africanism, we talk about Marxist-Leninism, a little bit of that. I've got my own arguments and reservations with the Marxist-Leninist ideologies, the communist and the socialist ideologies. I've got my qualms with that, but let me reserve that for another day. I started questioning things. Why are these things happening? Do we have to do this? Does it?
So now tukuona kuti Paulo with Damasco effect was now kicking in Apostle T.F. Chiwenga when he started to reason. So I think now this is where his repentance journey started, because it automatically also show us that Apostle Chiwenga was not remorseful. He was a hard-hearted man, because joining those forces of the secret and agent stuff, you have to be hard-hearted, because you are tasked with doing some stuff which is dirty linen. Anyway, let's go in again and continue with our video.
It helps the state or it helps an individual? Because you'll be seeing what people are going through. You are the one who is living a good life. You understand? You have a vehicle where you get a fuel anytime you want. Nobody asks you, where were you with the fuel you got? That's the kind of life I was living as a young man. When this case broke out, things were very tough, and maybe people do not know that Pascal Gwesere was Morgan Chiwenga's cousin. He was a brother from another mother, but they were related. Pascal Gwesere would say, Chiwenga is my elder brother. Yes, I want you to know this. Somebody contacted us and said, guys, things are tough. The guys are locked up at Central Remand Prison there, and they are refusing that they be attended to by doctors. They've been tortured. There's no food and stuff like that. That was my first encounter with Mr. Chiwenga. Even though I did not meet him personally, I met with his younger brother then. All right? Yes, he's there. He can't claim he doesn't know me. He knows me. I can't I can't tell his name. I don't want to put him into trouble, but Zimbabwe is very small. Remember, every time when people are in trouble, they are looking for help. Inside the system that has abducted these guys at midnight, the system that is torturing them, that's the system I was working for. But because of my interactions with people and people realizing this,
now we know. Now we know the man has said it himself. But it took us so long, and it took him so long to mention this. Now he is mentioning it now. This is why this guy anga aine audacity yekutaura zvaaitaura all these years, because He was coming from the belly of the beast. He knew what was cooking in the deep ovens of hell. He was once part of it, and he knew how hot the lava is. He knows everything. He knows everything. Okay, let's continue with our video.
Soft heart I had at that time. Somebody reached out and said, can you do something about it? Number one, to enable those who were inside this central prison to get medical attention. They could have died. Let me tell you some of the things that the state security agents do when they are torturing people, especially men. They tie a stone with a rope. They hang you inside a building. There are buildings, there are torture and interrogation rooms run by the CIO. I know all of them that are in Harare, in CBD, in Harare, I know all of them, unless they built new ones in the past 5 years. All of them, I know where they are. So I'm not telling you something I read, I want you to understand that. There's a rope there and a rope there. They tie you and you are hanging. Then they take a 1 kilogram piece of rock, tie it to the rope, and tie it to your secrets. And they ask you to confess. Wakarembera mdenga wakasungirwa dombo pamano ako uri murume kuseru kuroho rudirwa mvura iri kubuda mufiriji. That's how much they torture people. I know that. I watched people being tortured. But it's not every time that you can do something about that. You understand? So, and you must understand that knowing exactly what they can do when they are torturing people. When they started hunting me, I prepared myself. This is what I would do for them not to torture me. I'd prepared myself. If they abduct me and bundle me up into the back of the unregistered vehicle, on my way to the torture chamber, they will find me dead inside that house, inside that car. But I will not be dead alone. I will be dead with everyone inside that car. This Pascal Gwezere was amongst the guys who were abducted, tortured for days, without anybody knowing where they are. When they were done torturing them, number one, they discovered that these guys were not the ones who had stolen the ammunition at Pomona Army Barracks. Number two, they were never trained in Ghana. All right? Yes. Mr. Changirai could never have come up with such ideas. He didn't have such security acumen to send people out of Zimbabwe to get trained. He was a simple man. But we had to help. Out of our desire, out of my desire, I sat down with the 3 guys that I worked with and said, let's help these guys. We don't lose anything. Nobody will know that we are the. Let me tell you some of the things that the state security.
Okay, guys, so now we know where did Apostle TF Chiwenga got his audacity yekutaura zvinhu zvavanenge vachitaura. Now we all know that he was once a secret agent before, and he has a lot of information. This is why he has the audacity to always be saying things that he is always saying. I am sure we all know Apostle TF Chiwenga. Ane zvindi murume ane zvindi izvozvi zvekudeedza ruvara rwebhurugwa ramai chairwo. I don't know, guys. Anyway, that's what I wanted you to know. about Apostle TF Chiwenga. So now, guys, I will be going. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, and share our videos, and ring the notification bell. Iowa, love you, guys. Until we meet again, thank you so much.